very simple game that you can make on your Unity and maybe put on your Android phone and play it. Because since you are a beginner and instead of just watching the tutorials and seeing how things are getting done, you should do. I mean, things begin when you start doing. Okay, so I will just make a very simple game that I tap and it works. Okay, what I have done right now, I will just do everything with you. Start a project and go to this thing, build settings in file and change your platform to Android instead of PC, Macs and Linux standalone. That's what we are doing. We are making games for Android and we are not making for others. Okay, now this is the area where we make the games. This is the most important part of the Unity. After this, what is the most important part? That is the objects, whatever we have put over here, and they are here. And now these things have some properties. These are like, this is a country. Suppose this is some country, maybe call it America, and now these are its states, its president, its capital, its economy. It's like Wikipedia where you see all those stats and all those things. These things are attached to it, whether we want, or like, depending on the functionality. Do we want it to jump? Do we want it to float? Are we making a skating game? Should it like skate away? So these are the properties that we add, and these are the system made properties, Unity made properties, and we can add them from here. Since we are making a 2D game, so we will add the 2D things only over from here. So what our player is, we want to make it a real world object. Real world object means like a piece of wood, maybe a stone, something that falls on the ground and it stops there. It's not like a cube made in a computer and it's floating in the air. So we are making a real world object. To make a real world object, we add some properties. Okay, these are computers and it takes commands. Whatever we want, we have to tell it. Computers are dumb, they do not know anything, they just take the commands and act. So we are saying it, make a game. Okay, we are making a game. Okay, computer, just make a game, and now add these things to the game. This is a player and this is a platform where we can land. If we play it now, we haven't added anything other than made these objects real world objects and added them some colliders so that they can interact with each other. Like, they know, like, oh, I am an object. If I touch another object, and if that object has this property, box collider 2D, then we should stop there. I mean, okay, I touched a collider, that's it. And now what we want that when we tap on the screen on your mobile phone, it should jump top, 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 top. How we do that? By adding some component here, but not the system build. We will have to add C sharp. I mean, that is the place where we make games. Just adding the system properties will take you somewhere, but adding the scripts will take you everywhere. So come here, create a script, call it player. Guys, is it making sense to you? I created a game, I created this. Okay, I followed some things, like I made it for Android, switched the platform, then I added some objects. How I added them? Player, I came over here to the 2D objects, sprite, and a new sprite. But I gave it a name. Slow, because I am processing a thing in the background, and that's taking all the processing power, so it's slow. I'm sorry, guys, but it's a very simple thing what I'm doing, and so it should not take much of the processing power. So now this player, what has it? Transform property. It is by default, and you cannot remove it. Yes. What does it mean? Its position. Where is it? X, Y, Z axis. How large or small it is. What is the rotation? Like that. Then there is sprite renderer. This is rendering. This is putting this thing on the screen. Right now, what we can see? We can't see anything because this is blank. There is no sprite. So how we add a sprite? Either by dragging or maybe click on this dot and add. So how large it is right now? Very tiny. So where is it? We use the transform. Scale it. Oh, I just made on x-axis too large. 444. I did on all axis. Z-axis is not required here. This is since this is a 2D game. So now the object is here. I can make it colorful like that. You got that? And then I add some properties either from here. I'll come over here, physics 2D, rigid body 2D, like that. Not a difficult thing. Just start doing these. Okay, things will make sense to you. Okay, and then what I did, I added a platform. How I added a platform, I came to 3D objects. I added a cube. This cube is too small, so what we have to do, increase it on x-axis, maybe 20. Yeah, then put it down. So how we do that, by clicking on this button or by pressing W on your keyboard, then grab this and move it down. But it's too large. How we make it small on the y-axis, head to feet, by maybe making it to dot 2. It is small now, since I, and what else it needs, there is a box collider added to it. Box collider is for 3D games. We are not making a 3D game. We need to add box collider 2D like this. Since I already have this, so I will just remove this. Now what we did, then we created a C# script and we added this to the player either by dragging or by attaching. So how do we do that? Jump. Okay, okay, okay. I will do one thing. Since this is a real world object, it's a rigid body, so we have to create a variable. The type of that variable is a rigid body, rigidbody 2D, and give it a name, RBD. No problem. Now we created the variable, but we have to start it, initiate it, give it some value. The computer doesn't know what does it mean, RBD. Okay, this is a variable, but what does it contain? This is the type. It doesn't have a value. How we come inside the start function, RBD, or we could do it inside a wave function. Do not get confused. Do not get confused. Okay. NENT, get component. This is system built thing. This is how things work. Do not get confused. I mean, do not get confused. Okay. These things will make sense to you, and you will get used to this. We gave it some value. What value? Get component, rigid body. Let me explain you how it's going. This is the player. Oh, please open. The processing is taking too much power. Okay, that's almost happening now. I will wait anyway. Click on your player and come to rigid body. Now we are trying to access that. Get component, rigid body. We got the component, then we are accessing this. Now this has a lot of things: body type, materials, mass, its weight, gravity, speed, all those things stay here. This thing is very important. So what we are going to do now, we access by getting the get component. This is a command. We want this to access this thing that is attached to this thing, to the object. There's an object, there's a player, and we have attached a rigid body to that, an inbuilt function, and then we created a script. From that script, we want to access that rigid body component which is attached to it on the right side. Okay, so there is a pattern to access that, and that is this. Now this value is assigned to this. We only have to use this. Now what we want to do, if we tap on the screen, we want to jump. Simple. And how we do that? By a condition. If we touch means input dot get button down. This is how it understands in Unity. Fire1 is an inbuilt button or function that Unity understands that somebody is tapping on the screen. If we tap on the screen, it should jump. So RBD, that rigid body, we assigned dot add forc, add force. Now how much force we want to add. On x-axis maybe 0, on y-axis some. How we do that? Let's do vector 2 dot up into jump force. Let me explain you everything. Do not worry. Jump force is an amount we could write here. 10 also, but that is, we are writing, we cannot change it much. Okay, so what we did, we created a variable that is just changeable. So jump f of force equals 5. But there has to be a type of the variable. What is the type? Float. Simple. It could be an int also, but we made it float. Vector 2 dot up, what does it mean? It means this on x0 y1 z0. Simple as that. In short, vector 2 dot up. Now let's see, if it doesn't work, we can still do a lot of things and get things sorted out. Now let's see if it really works. Press command P. Okay, here cannot convert int. There's a problem. What's the problem? We dot add force on x-axis, on y-axis. Why I'm doing this? Since I am taking all the axes into consideration, I should not add this. Now let's see if it doesn't work. We can still, what's the problem? We can still change the things. Let me see if it's working. There is no problem now. We can play now. Let's play. It will fall down by default. It's not jumping. Why? Let's come here and have we attached the script? No, we have not. Script is attached now. Let's play. I will need to add more force. I think the force is too small. Let's add more force. And but I do not want to come back to this code file again and again. I should just be able to access it from this editor. Let it get reloaded. Okay, now this is visible here. I can add from here. Let's add 100. Okay. You see it's happening now, but it's what's the problem? Maybe increase its gravity. Come to rigid body and its gravity scale, make it 2, and the force amount should be maybe 200. What's the problem? We can do. You see that we are stopping it from going down. I mean, when I click it's, I'm stopping it from going down. Maybe I should increase the force. And now what we do, when it touch it here or here, I mean go beyond these points, it should come back to the current state. So what we are going to do, command S, control S to save the current scene. Okay, we save the current scene, and then what we will do, if this player object goes beyond this point, look at this transform, if it goes beyond 5 5 5 -5 on y-axis or 5 positive on y-axis, then it should come back here. How? Either by putting its position back to here or by reloading that scene we just saved. So how we do that? Is it getting confusing to you guys? I just created a game, I added an object, I added a rigid body to that, some colliders, and then I added a script. Inside that script I created a variable of type rigid body 2D, gave it a name and assigned it a value of rigid body 2D that is in the thing over here, and then I gave it a force. If you do not want to give it a force, you could do that also, transform, but force will work better here. That gives an instant impulse. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Now if, should it be done inside? I think it should be done here inside the update function. If transform dot position dot y is less than is less than minus 4.5f, or this is a unity made function, do not worry, or if it is, maybe I'm doing it wrong, but what's the problem, is greater than 4.5. We have to try it. It can be wrong. What's the problem? There is no problem, okay, but what's the thing that I'm doing wrong here? Hmm. Let's see if I am right by any chance. I think this should be removed from here. Now it should work. Yes, I think it's working. Now what should happen? Now if it happens, then it should reload that scene. So we have to add something over here using unity engine dot scene management. Scenes management. Maybe I'm wrongly. So just write scene manage scene manager dot load load scene scene. Put in 0. Hit 0 means the first scene. Let's see if it works. Maybe it doesn't work. Transform. I typed it wrongly. Where is this? TRA. Come back. Let's play it again. I have given very small force. I should have bigger force. It's not going up. You see that? It came back to the scene, which is sample scene. Okay, how do I go back to the previous scene? Come back here and scene 2. This is scene 2. And on this scene, what we want? There is nothing. So let's add something on the screen on main camera. Maybe put it red. Maybe add some text. Let's make it fun, okay? Just don't worry. Fail. I mean, why not? Okay, and now come over here. It looks strange. I mean, okay. This is the strangest thing about Unity, and maybe the font size, make it 50. How's it looking now? Why it's not looking on Unity? What the hell? I will press Command Z to get it back. Okay, it's over here, and I will bring it up and increase its size to 20 maybe. What is wrong? Why is not taking this? 20. Is it my numpad logged? Is my numpad logged? There's a problem. Oh, I don't want any problem. Maybe my Mac is giving some problems. Okay, and what's the color? Make it white. Then I will try to do it again. What's this thing sucks about Unity. I mean, this is made so huge. Look at the play area. This is the play area. Where is that text? This huge. That is stupid. I don't like it anyway. Anyway, we have to go with what is happening here. Okay, it's not happening. I will just Command Z. Oh, this is a bad thing. It's not going beyond this, and maybe make it white. Yes. Now save it. Now play again. When you go at that point, this screen will load. It didn't load. Come back to that scene, scene 2. Now come to player and we increase this force to 400. What's wrong with Unity? Oh, there was something wrong with my keyboard. Okay, it falls down and I tap. If I touch that point, that screen loads. Hope this was helpful. Okay, now I'll be adding all those obstacles and all those things to make it fun. But this is how it works. Okay, guys, this is not very tough. It's very easy. The program is not tough. It's just adding logic, and it will come to your mind. Okay, what should I do now? When you start doing, things will come to your mind. I should add a variable. I should create a function. I should add this. I should add that. Becomes easy. Okay, guys, just start making, and I'll be putting the second tutorial very soon. Do asking questions, and if you're liking, just ask me. Yeah, it's going good, or I should change it. I should make it better. I should make it simplified. I should explain everything step by step so you understand everything. Guys, have a great day.